because somebody in Discord wanted this, so we're gonna watch it. Hi. I'm about to watch the one you suggested. Mom realizes her daughter just decapitated someone.
Oh.
I did not want that to start playing. I went full screen and it was like playing automatically. Also, I'm going to hurt somebody with these nails. I'm assuming that somebody's going to be me. Anyway.
Tara McCauley sits beside her 19-year-old daughter, Kiara. Unbeknownst to her, both of their lives are about to change forever.
How's my house a fucking crime scene?
There's a deceased person in your garage. That's why it's a crime scene.
There's a body in there?
Yes. Stand up for me.
Kiara is a deranged teenage killer. She just brutally killed her ex-girlfriend with a 3-foot-long sword. The body lies in her mother's home just feet away. But this discovery of a body would be just the start. The investigation that followed would reveal a vile teenage couple whose actions left officers, family members, and detectives in utter shock.
I'm already, I can't imagine. I couldn't imagine finding out that my kid was a fucking murderer. I just couldn't. I'm sorry. And then, oh my God. They said it was her girlfriend, but then they said there was a deranged couple. So I'm confused. Probably you should just watch more. I had so many questions already.
As their horrifying crimes slowly began coming to light.
I don't have all the information right now.
You see, like, slashed on her.
A 3-foot, I was just thinking about this. A 3-foot sword. You know how many weirdos I knew with swords back in the day? I'm questioning all of that now.
Knee,
She's missing a ear.
and then there's a big ass sword, and then there's blood stains all over the bed.
I walked into the garage. She goes, "Oh, I just did it."
Walk this way.
What the f-
The day begins when 911 dispatch receives a call from a distressed mother. She claims that her son, 22-year-old Isaac, has just witnessed his girlfriend, Kiara, decapitate a woman inside her own home. The call is unclear, and officers don't know whether the suspect is still on the scene or if they're planning to take more innocent lives. Within minutes, 5 officers arrive at the scene, prepared for the worst.
Need someone on the backside on the alley. Somewhere down here, 5941.
Huh?
Who?
Kick it in.
Let's put on the door.
Kick the door. I got you covered.
Police department, let me see your hands!
Back up.
Back up!
What's going on?
Who called?
I could not imagine. I could not imagine. You see a cop in your backyard and he starts kicking down your door and it busts open and you're like, what the fuck? Oh my God.
So someone was getting killed in here.
We're being told that the girlfriend's in the garage. That's where she
Where's the garage?
apparently killed the other 41.
Officers get intel that the body is inside the home's garage, directly behind them. One team will clear the primary house, while the other prepares to make entry into the garage. Without any detailed information, the officers have to proceed with extreme caution.
Police department! Think it goes around, maybe? Think it goes around. How do people live like this?
While the officers in the house find nothing of interest, the same can't be said for the team entering the garage.
Who's in this garage?
My fucking door!
Someone just called that someone just got... Step over here. Step over here. Someone just got stabbed. Inside that garage.
That here?
Does it look like anybody was stabbed here? I mean, oh God. Side note, I've been watching so much Hoarders lately. And this is giving me anxiety. There's too much fucking shit everywhere. I couldn't imagine, as somebody who likes to have the floors clean and everything, this drives me crazy. These people are nasty.
Yeah, we got one down, Santa Fe. What? Go back inside. Go back inside. I'm not gonna tell you again. Go back inside.
Detain him, detain him.
What are you talking about?
Santa Fe police, anyone inside?
Watch the dead girl.
Yeah, I can't.
Got one down.
They can't. He's right here by the door.
Is there somebody in there?
Open that back door. The garage. Can you open the garage from that side?
No.
Look at all this shit. Why? There's a bike with spokes. There's supposed to be like a small porch leading up to this, but you can tell that it just has the sideboards and that the middle is just destroyed. It's just broken. How do people live like this? How? Ugh. Also, side note, ignore all the presents, like right here behind me. All of my Christmas presents got delivered literally yesterday, and I have nowhere to hide them until I wrap them. So they're just gonna be sitting behind me.
It's been broken for 10 years.
Inside the garage, officers find 21-year-old Grace Jennings dead. She has a deep laceration across her neck and several slashes across her body. Tara McCulley appears completely clueless about what's happening. However, the same can't be said for her daughter Kiara. While officers continue searching the garage, body cam footage captures 19-year-old Kiara frantically explaining to her mother what happened.
We have Isaac on the phone. Want to know if you guys need him? I guess he's the boyfriend.
I invited her last night without him telling me.
Where's he
I
at?
got really pissed off, of course. But why would she be here if he invited her last night?
Let me.
So I was angry. She stayed the night? Yeah. In my house? Yeah, and I'm pissed about it. Grace is not allowed here. She knows that.
Who's Isaac's girlfriend?
She is.
You're Isaac's girlfriend?
Yes.
Okay. What are you to Isaac?
Well, I'm kind of mother-in-law to be.
This is your daughter?
Yes, this is my daughter.
Step out with me real quick. What's your name?
Kiara?
Grace Jennings is the ex-girlfriend of Kiara. After a violent breakup years prior, she was banned from the property permanently. According to Kiara, her current boyfriend, 22-year-old Isaac, had invited Grace to sleep over the previous night, all without Kiara's permission.
I have so many questions. Okay, so this person and this person dated, okay? And now these two are together. But he was like, hey, yo, come over to sleep over? Why? Is he also, are they open and he's dating her now? I have so many questions. This is why love triangles don't work. Oh my God. The screen washes me out so bad. This is why love triangles don't work. Okay? This is why. Don't do that. Just don't do that.
She claims this pissed her off, revealing a small glimpse as to what happened on this twisted Thursday morning.
So she got pissed off and decapitated her? You know, I've been pissed off before, but I've never been blind rage cut your head off pissed off. And I'm proud of that fact.
Do me a favor.
This is his girlfriend.
Try on for me real quick.
Oh, can I get some shoes on or something?
Not right now.
We detain at this point, okay?
Did you guys have a fight or something?
Is there anybody else?
Can she sit down so I can put her shoes on her feet?
Who else? Is there a female that lives in here?
Her and Isaac.
Negative, sir.
Sorry. Negative.
Oh. And Isaac went for a walk? Yeah. So he was going for a walk in the shower.
He went for a walk while she took a shower because she had just murdered that girl.
But they were gonna go on a walk.
Isaac, in fact, did not go for a walk. Instead, he frantically ran to a friend's workplace after finding Grace's decapitated body, with Kiara reportedly giggling beside it. Clearly, something is very wrong. Worst of all, Kiara's mother, Tara, hasn't even realized there's a dead body in the garage, or that her own daughter is responsible.
I have cats. I have to. They can't
Unfortunately,
get out
ma'am,
of
but
the house.
this is an active investigation, okay?
Can
So
I
nobody's
block
going back
the
in the
door
house.
somehow?
No, this is a crime scene at this point.
That was my house, a fucking crime scene.
There's a deceased
There's a
person
dead
in your
body in the
garage.
garage.
That's why it's a crime
There's
scene.
a body in there?
Yes.
Dead body in your
Stand
garage.
up for me. Let's walk this way.
What the fuck?
Go and come here with me.
The look. Did you see the look her mom gave her? Hang on, let me back up a little bit.
Nobody's going
Block
back
the
in the
door
house.
somehow?
No, this is a crime scene at this point.
That was my house, a fucking crime scene.
There's a deceased
There's a
person
dead
in your
body in the
garage.
garage.
That's why it's a crime
There's a
scene.
body in there?
Yes.
Dead body in your
Stand
garage.
up for me.
Look at that face. What you can see of it, because they blurred this for some reason. But this face of disbelief looking at her child, who she is slowly putting together the pieces, murdered this person. I cannot imagine. I just can't. Especially if it was my kid. I would believe I had taught you better about how to get away with stuff. No, I'm just kidding. But seriously, come on. Like, you let somebody find you giggling next to it? What is wrong with you? This girl needs serious help.
Let's walk this way.
What the fuck?
Go and come here with me now.
As officers clear the home and detain Kiara, it seems the chaos has finally settled. Or so they think. Because just seconds later, Grace's mother arrives on the scene,
No.
completely unaware of what has just happened to her daughter.
Hello, I'm Sergeant Rodriguez. So we still have an active investigation here. I don't have a lot of the details.
Is she okay?
Who,
Grace! Is she breathing? Living? Is she okay?
I'm not sure of that.
I don't have all the information right now.
What happened?
We're trying to gather all the information, ma'am. So, like the Sarge said, if you could go back with us to the police department, and then we can give you a little bit more information from there.
Who's Gray? Do you have an idea of Gray, or do you have a photo of Gray or anything?
Grace.
Of Grace?
Grace, I'm sorry.
Officers
They don't want to give her information on the scene, and they try not to do that anyway. Just because it gets messy, it gets bad. Like, people get upset. This is upsetting.
continue to comfort Grace's mother. They refrain from revealing Grace was deceased, something they'd have to explain later on. Across town, another team of officers begins searching for Kiara's boyfriend, Isaac.
Now, I will say, usually they do try to wait until the medical examiner or CSI or whoever comes on the scene and gives them a positive ID before they, kind of say anything. Because you really don't want to make a death identification and then be wrong about the victim. You don't want to do that. So they usually wait until they've confirmed, or they have a medical professional or medical examiner confirm that it is this person before they say anything, because you could be wrong, right? This isn't the standard for every state or every police station or anything, but I've just seen that across the board. They try not to tell people, yeah, this is so-and-so who's, fucking dead over there. They try to wait and have some decorum about it, because death identifications are important and also really sad. Just really, really sad.
Only witness to the murder and a key figure in solving the case. During the 911 call, Isaac's mother told dispatch where he was, a tech store close to Kiara's house. Using that information, officers quickly tracked him down.
All right, stay right here. Let me look around real quick.
For now, officers assume Isaac is simply an innocent bystander to Kiara's brutality. However, this will soon change.
Oh.
Yeah, there he is. He's coming out. Is that Isaac? Did you call us, bro?
Yes, I called.
Here, come over here. You're good. Come here. You don't have any knives, any weapons on you?
No.
No?
It's okay.
Just put it down for now. Just put it down. You're not in trouble, bro. Gotta make sure you don't have any weapons, okay? Here, put your hands up right here. For now, bro, just because it looks.
Yeah, he definitely lives in a house with cats, because what the fuck is this? Ew. That's disgusting. Like, you don't own a lint roller? What the fuck? Did all the cats sleep on you? Are you their bed? Why do you look like this?
It's like your girlfriend or whoever's in there is really injured. So for now, we're gonna put you under detention, okay, until we can figure this out. You're not under arrest. And who's in the garage? Who lives with you in the garage? Your girlfriend?
Kiara McCulley.
Okay. So can you tell?
I do want to go ahead and make a prediction right now, because I'm confused as to why he invited that girl over, right? And they're supposed to be some sadistic weirdos, right? These two. I'm assuming that he invited her over with the express purpose of Kiara killing her. I'm just gonna make that assumption. Yeah, it's like they only sleep on this shirt. Cause like I've had pets before. I've lived in a house with multiple cats and dogs and different things like that, and my clothes never looked like that. And you saw the state of the house, so clearly those cats aren't being well taken care of anyway. It gets weird. Oh, great. Great.
How did this call transpire? How did you call us?
I walked into the garage, and when I walked into the garage, she goes, "Oh, I just did it." And I'm like,
and who is this?
Okay.
Kiara McCulley.
She told you that?
Very calmly and everything, blood on her hands and...
Okay.
Officers have no reason to suspect Isaac of the murder. He remains cordial and provides them with a chilling account of Kiara's behavior after the murder. But his demeanor starts to take a drastic turn as he's placed in the back of a patrol vehicle.
What was your name?
Isaac Apodaca.
Isaac Apodaca.
Apodaca.
Do you need to get checked out by meds, man? No? Okay.
You want the air or anything? Are you hot, cold?
Got this. We'll roll down the window and we'll give you a minute, all right?
No. I mean,
I was already planning on leaving today too. I have all my stuff packed up and I wanted to go to my mom and dad's because I'm not in a good mental space.
To the untrained eye, Isaac's emotions might seem like shock from what he just witnessed. This is simply not the case, because Isaac was far more involved in the murder than he's letting on, and he knows it's only a matter of time before investigators start to catch on. Police end their conversation with Isaac, and both he and Kiara are transported to the Santa Fe County Police Station. With both suspects being successfully detained, detectives will begin their process of individually interrogating Isaac and Kiara. One detective will conduct both interrogations, yet they'd turn out completely different from one another. Kiara's especially takes a dark turn as she delivers answers with a chilling truthfulness. What follows is not simply an interrogation, but one of the most disturbing conversations we've ever covered.
Have you ever thought about hurting her or killing her?
I've had a couple dreams like that.
And how would you kill her?
Depending on the dream.
So there's several dreams.
Yes.
But before the
Okay, what the fuck? You know, I've never had a dream about doing something like that to someone, probably because I'm normal. Except like, I don't know, like monsters, not people, you know, especially not people I know. That's demented. This is fucked up. I'm already uncomfortable. These people make me uncomfy. And this is like maybe the third one of these that I've seen where it's a teenage killer and they plan the murder and they're obsessed with it and they have some kind of obsession with death or homicide or crime shows or something. And as a teenager who was obsessed with crime shows and like all that stuff, police procedurals, I can tell you that this was never a thought. I was never like, I want to commit a murder. I was mostly like, this is crazy. I need to know how to protect myself. But these people want to be the danger that others need to protect themselves from. Okay? And it feels like we have to warn children. But especially since this girl was banned from the property, there had already been a violent altercation years before. It feels like it needed to be reiterated to her that for her safety, she needed to not go anywhere near these people because it was violent last time. That's going to be a cycle that will perpetuate this time. If somebody's been violent with you before, there is no reason to ever assume that they won't be violent with you again. An established pattern of behavior is important, and you need to understand how to protect yourself by not giving anyone the benefit of the doubt. Oh, they hit me last time, but they probably won't do it this time. This is why people get into, domestic violence situations. Like, this is why. Because they trust the wrong person with their safety and with their life. And it can get bad. Okay? It can get really bad. I think that after this, we're definitely going to watch some stuff about a really bad DV case that still haunts me to this day.
Interrogations begin. The detective in charge will go to the crime scene looking to gather information from the primary officers. The detective assigned to this case is Javier Vigil of the Santa Fe Police Department. Javier is an experienced detective who, as of 2025, has been promoted to SWAT commander for SFPD. His objective at the scene is clear: to gather as much information as possible, as quickly as possible. He's focused on identifying the primary suspects and determining any potential motives. Every detail will be critical in shaping the narrative he'll use during interrogation, and ultimately, in securing a confession. What he doesn't realize yet is that his investigation will prove far more revealing than anyone anticipated.
You got here first?
I got here first, but we all kind of walked in at the same time.
I come here, and from here, you have a straight shot. So I see her, blonde girl, black t-shirt, run inside. So I call contact, I approach the door, open it, no one's answering, so we break the door down, and she's like, oh shit. The suspect's boyfriend is the one that called it.
No, it's a 41 that called it in. A third party, 1041 called in.
The guy's mom. And mom's like, I have no idea what happened. This one's acting a little like weird, not saying anything. So we finally detain her, cool. They go inside the garage and find the body.
You see like slashed on her knee.
She's missing a ear.
Okay. And then there's a big ass sword right as you walk into the right on the dresser, and then there's blood stains all over the bed.
Okay. Did we knock at the next door neighbors, see if anyone heard anything? Let's cross that off the list, so that's done. See if we get anyone that heard anything, and then we can take everyone back. We'll knock out our interviews, get our paper, come do our search, and then we can let go of the scene.
Detective Vigil and his team go on to get further information from neighbors. This, alongside the primary officer's account, gives him a solid report to go off of. Kiara, Isaac, and the victim, Grace, had all individually dated each other at different periods. Grace and Kiara had a toxic relationship and quickly turned into enemies after their breakup. Isaac had also previously dated Grace, but had a dramatic breakup after just days of being together. Isaac was 20 and Grace was just 16 during their relationship.
Oh. Okay.
During Isaac's ride to the station, he explained to officers that he had invited Grace to Kiara's house because she had no place to stay for the night.
She's so pretty. She's just so pretty, and this is so sad. So, okay. So she was 16 when they dated, and now she's 21. How old is he? Good God. And this girl is a teenager? I think that they said his age earlier, but I missed it. I feel so dumb. But, ew.
she had no place to stay for the night. Lastly, Vigil was informed that just a day earlier, Isaac had been charged with domestic battery against Kiara. The specifics were unclear, but these suspicious details would leave Vigil on high alert going into his interrogations. But before we continue, it's worth noting that covering stories like this, you realize just how much people are forced to carry. Fear, trauma, even the day-to-day burden of surviving. And sometimes, let's get back to the...
I just want to say, I love the jump ahead feature. I pay for premium. I don't want to see your ad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Investigation. Back at the station, Vigil begins his day with Isaac. This is no accident. By questioning him first, the detective hopes to build a foundation of incriminating details, ammunition for the real confrontation still to come.
I have no reason to believe you to be a suspect right now or anything like that. We're gonna take the handcuffs off. Is that okay with you? Yes. Okay. Well, just because everything's kind of new and developing, and like I said, we don't really know fully what's going on. I do want to advise you of your constitutional rights before we talk at all. So.
Detective Vigil wastes no time in assuring Isaac he's not a suspect. But that statement is a calculated lie. As we know, Isaac had been charged with domestic battery against Kiara, a violent pattern that Vigil was already aware of. Combined with earlier details, they had every reason to view him as a suspect. Still, their strategy was clear. Avoid confrontation, keep Isaac at ease, and let him talk.
So the only thing I ask is for truthfulness. I'm going to be upfront with you. I'm going to be truthful with you. I just ask that you do the same to me in return, okay? Just tell me the truth and tell me everything that happened, all right? Okay. Because it's Lonnie McCauley's house, does she live there or does she live somewhere else?
She lives there.
Okay.
In the main house.
And when you say the main house, what do you mean by that?
The main house, there's a garage in the backyard that's separated from the main house.
So, I don't know if this is her backyard afterwards or if this is just the backyard of a house similar to it. But this would be a nice setup if she didn't destroy it by fucking making it a mess. It was so full of shit. There was like a mattress and anyway.
It would be...
If I gave you paper and a pen to draw it out for me, kind of show me where Jaguar Drive is, show me where the house is.
The house sits in a quiet neighborhood on Jaguar Drive. Kiara and Isaac live in a makeshift room in the home's outdoor garage, while Kiara's mother stays in the main house. After mapping out the layout and where everything happened, the conversation shifts to the murder itself. This is when Isaac describes the chilling moment he found Grace's lifeless body in the garage.
How long have you been living in the garage?
Yeah, if she didn't destroy it, it would be great, but it's so full of shit, you can't tell if it's nice or not. I would love to live in something like that. Mostly because I hate having neighbors that I have to share like an area with. So that would be nice. I would love to have a house like that. I would keep it clean though. I would clean it though. Ugh.
A year and a half.
Okay, let's bring ourselves to today. And I want you to kind of tell me, in your own memory, what happened from that time all the way to getting here to this interview.
So from the time it began would be yesterday. We were all hanging out. Nighttime came around. We started falling asleep. Kelly did not fall asleep. I was talking to Grace, who was in the garage as well. I said, we have to go. She's telling us we need to leave. And I left the main house to go use the restroom for the last time. And then I walked it back into the garage. She walks up to me and goes, I did it. With a smile on her face, and I looked at the ground and I was like, so I called my mom immediately to let her know that something happened. My mom proceeded to call 911. Really scared because I've witnessed Sorry.
It's okay.
I've witnessed my friend getting shot. So,
Separately from this.
Yes, it was a while back. And I was sitting in the back seat. Guy walked up, blew his brains out. They landed on me. I had to testify in court, and anything like this gets me super traumatized, and it's a traumatic event.
I can imagine.
So when I went back in the garage, when I saw her in the ground, on the ground, I couldn't say anything because I was like, this is another one of my friends gone. I keep losing friends left and right. I'm scared right now.
After recounting this morning, Isaac would go on to explain why Grace was sleeping at that house. He does not include the fact that the two females were in an ongoing feud, instead pretending they were all cordial friends. Kiara would provide a polar opposite recount in her interrogation. But before Detective Vigil gets to her, he has one final question for Isaac.
How did you know that Kiara didn't want you guys there anymore?
She woke up, she woke up from what she says she slept, but she was awake the whole time. And she turned over, told me, you guys need to get out. I don't want you guys here. It was really freaking me out, so I was trying to get out. I was in and out of the room, trying to contact my mom to pick me up, to get me out of there.
I'm sorry. So, is he saying that she was asleep in the garage while he was hanging out with this other girl? That's weird. That's weird. Okay. So she was asleep there. She rolled over and was like, get the fuck out of here. And they're saying that this is planned, okay? The police are saying this is planned. If you're going to plan something like this with someone, you better have your interrogation and your story so straight that the other person won't deviate even a little tiny bit from what you're going to say. Mommy, come get me. I'm scared. I'm scared. My girlfriend killed that girl I was hanging out with. I'm scared. I'm frightened. None of this makes sense. And that's why I keep going back to, he invited her over on purpose. He knew they were fighting. He invited her over, either to sleep together or to just piss Kiara off, or because they had planned it. And since they had both had dramatic breakups with her, but were still in contact in some way, he was like, oh, I can just invite her over and then we could kill her. They just decided that she would be a good victim, and so they did it to her. And it was because they both hated her. Like, I don't know. It drives me crazy the way that these people do these things and think that nothing should come from it and nothing bad should happen.
What time did you guys wake up at? What time did you wake up at?
I woke up at about 7:50.
At what time did Kiara tell you guys had to leave?
She told us we had to leave at about 8:30.
Okay. In between 8:30 and to the time your mom called 911, kind of what happened in there?
But when I packed my stuff, I went inside the house, which was a stupid mistake for me to go in the house, use the bathroom, and then come back and see what I saw.
After you peed, you went immediately back to the garage?
Yes.
So around what time would you say that was at?
11:47.
And I think we got the call a little after 1:30.
Yes.
Kind of an hour and a half gap there. Was there a long period of time that you and Kiara were trying to figure out what was going to happen?
There was a long period of time. It was when I was standing on the side of the garage.
Tell me about that.
I was hyperventilating, and I made the call to my mom. My mom made the call. I know I should have been the one to call. I feel like I'm going to pass out.
Just take some deep breaths. I need a little break, if that's okay with you. I'll use the restroom real quick. Sound good?
Sounds good.
All right. Hey, thanks for...
They are going to leave him in there and let him sit and stew with himself for as long as they possibly can.
All right, Isaac. We're back in a bit.
Throughout his interview, Isaac worked hard to portray himself as a victim, bringing up his past, the friends he's lost, and how deeply this event has traumatized him. He likely believes he's convincing, that he's playing the role well, but what Isaac doesn't realize is how quickly things are about to turn against him. By the time officers come into Kiara's interrogation room to begin the interview, she's already been left alone for more than 3 hours. Plenty of time to think. In that silence, she began forming a plan, not to deny the murder outright, but to find a way to minimize her responsibility. Kiara knows there's no escaping the fact that a murder took place. The body has been found, and all evidence points directly to her. But she's not planning to walk out innocent. She's planning to walk out with a story.
I don't think imagining interrogations and just being left to sit, and like they play a lot of mind games with you when they do interrogations, which is why false oh my god, what's the word? Confessions. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. False confessions happen all the time because of the mind games. One of them, one of the ways that I've seen cops do it is that the wobbly chair is one, where they give you the one chair that wobbles, right? They tell you which chair to sit in, and it's that one. And so they put you in the wobbly chair and you're sitting there and you could just wobble back and forth. And that would drive a normal person crazy. But if I was sitting for 3 hours, that's what I would be doing. I would be just wiggling back and forth. I'd ask for a pen and paper. I'd just start drawing. Because I would lose my mind otherwise. Or I'd take a nap. I just think I would go crazy.
If she can act as though she's mentally unstable, there's a chance she'll be deemed not guilty by reason of insanity. This, in her eyes, is a much less severe outcome, which will get her back to the real world in no time. This
It was getting this. I don't know if it's sociopath or just we're seeing a lot more murders happen with teenagers. Who, me too. I would have to find a way to entertain myself. But I also have maladaptive daydreaming disorder. So like I can just like lay around and daydream and I'll be perfectly fine for hours. Yeah, fall asleep for sure. I don't get sociopath from him though. What I'm getting is fascination, right? Like he is fascinated with murder. She probably is too. That's why they plan this whole thing. And so that's what I'm getting. And we're seeing so many more of these. I've seen so many lately of teenagers who are fascinated with murder. And so they are doing the most. They're doing horrific shit to each other, to other people. I mean, I just saw one where a girl got her boyfriend and her baby daddy. She's like 17. She got her baby daddy to invite a girl out to hang out with them, or she invited the girl out and brought her baby daddy with her. And then he stood watch while she like beat her to death with a rock and then stabbed her. So, and then they left her on a trail. And it was also just all a setup. It was all a setup. You cannot trust people with your safety, and that feels like it needs to be the first thing that people are teaching their kids, because it was the first thing I was taught. And no matter how many bad situations I was in, I never trusted someone, went somewhere alone with them, or went somewhere alone with a couple for any reason. I just didn't trust it. I'm not going anywhere where the two of you are together and I'm outnumbered. It's just not happening. I do not go alone places with anyone. Okay? So if I'm going, my husband's coming. You never go to a secondary location with anyone alone. You don't know what can happen to you or what kind of danger you could be in. And people need to start teaching their children this, because otherwise we're going to keep seeing stuff like this happening to unsuspecting parties over and over and over again.
Is a common misconception. Legal insanity isn't about acting strange after arrest. It's about your mental state at the moment of the crime. Detectives record everything, and criminal psychologists are trained to spot rehearsed behavior and malingering. Even if a judge believes you are genuinely insane, you don't go home. You go to a locked forensic hospital with no fixed release date. If you aren't genuinely crippled by mental illness, the constant observation, enforced medication, and clinical evaluations become their own punishment. Kiara doesn't realize this, so she'll begin the interrogation with confidence that she can outsmart the system.
Well, any idea why you're here today?
I just noticed her necklaces. She has them stacked. This is a pentacle. It's facing up. And the one above that is what is called a Yggdrasil. And that is the tree of life. So she's probably pagan, non-religious, or Wiccan. Just an interesting thing I noticed I wanted to point out.
I believe it's because somebody was found dead in my room.
Where's your room at?
In the garage.
Garage?
Yes. I was trying to make sure this wasn't a freaking dream again. It feels so weird.
You believe someone was found dead in your room. Do you have any idea who that might be?
Well, so I'm really tired, but last night Isaac invited my ex-girlfriend, Grace Jennings, who now is going by Yamko. I don't know anymore. I always knew her as Grace, or Rose.
Kiara takes no time to begin her act, alluding that she's had dreams of murder in the past. Unfortunately for her, Detective Vigil won't pick up on this, so she'll soon make another try.
I was trying to sleep, but if you were blocking memories for me again, God damn it. Sorry.
Who are you talking to?
My best guess is that I have DID, but I'm not 100% certain.
What's DID?
Dissociative identity disorder?
No. Already. No. Nope. It would have been better if you just said, "Oh, my brain, quirky little thing, do. I just like touch my brain sometimes because this is stupid and easy for them to disprove." Like, oh, okay.
I haven't had it actually diagnosed, but that's my best guess from my research.
This right here is why self-diagnosis is so bad, because so many stupid people try to use it as a justification for them doing bad things. This is why people don't believe you when you say you're self-diagnosed, because you are probably just making it all up to get out of something or to make yourself seem cool or quirky. And not genuine about thinking you have this or that you are trying to describe yourself or anything.
DID is a rare but serious mental illness affecting roughly 200,000 US citizens. Kiara is not a part of that 200,000, as her DID is completely self-diagnosed. Records show she had never visited a medical facility to treat this supposed illness, nor does her family recall her ever discussing it. She'll go on to explain her symptoms, which only further prove her theatrics to the detective.
There are different personalities that come out.
Do you have names for them?
Some of them, yeah.
What are their names?
There's Abby, and then there's, we call her Jinx because she hates people saying her real name.
Jinx.
If you say her real name, she gets mad. Then there's one personality that I haven't seen in a long time. Like, I haven't communicated with her.
You can't communicate with her. Most people who have DID don't know unless they are professionally diagnosed. Okay? And the reason for that is because the alters take over. At least this is how every medical professional I've ever seen describes it, okay? They have different distinct personalities, and yet they exist as their own person. They do not know, most of the time, the alters don't know the other alters, right? It's usually that they have no concept of them until they are in a medical setting, and then they kind of sit down and talk about it, and a medical professional helps you identify them. This is not always the case, but in most cases, they don't know that they have DID. They don't know that they have other personalities. They have no idea until medically diagnosed. So this is why I say this is all bullshit. And cringe as hell. Ugh.
Her name was Jess.
Any other personalities?
There's the little version of me, which actually responds to my biological name.
She responds to Kiara?
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you mean by that little version?
It's like a little kid before bad shit started happening.
Okay, so she's into age regression. Still not DID.
We reached out to a California-based psychiatric doctor to get his opinions on Kiara's illness. He explained that Kiara showed no evident changes in voice or personality switching during the interview, something that is extremely common with DID patients.
Yep, a person who is going through extreme stress, like being interrogated for a goddamn murder, would definitely probably switch alters. Probably have different personalities, different traits, different things like that. This person is experiencing extreme stress and is yet not showing any signs of being upset, switching, nothing, because it's bullshit.
Additionally, the descriptions of her different personalities were superficial and lacking in detail, mostly limited to generic labels rather than the rich and textured indistinctions that real DID patients involuntarily manifest. It makes sense why a professional would later deem her mentally fit to stand trial.
What kind of bad stuff happened in your life?
I've had a bad relationship with my mom. Reason why I never wanted to see Grace, but it pissed me off by bringing her to my house. Is she alive or dead?
Grace?
Yeah.
You don't know?
I'm not sure.
What do you think?
Well, I'm partially hopeful for her to be dead, but I'm also, like, confused. I'm, like...
Why would you hope that she's dead?
I'm just angry at her, but I also won't have hope that she'd be better, but it's like this frustrating emotion that I can't seem to pinpoint.
Tell me about last night. What did you do last night?
So, Isaac tells me that Grace is coming over.
Okay, so see this right here? I just noticed this. One. So many things. Is she alive or dead? I hope she's dead. Are you fucking dumb? What is wrong with you? Two, she has this this cut on her hand right here. This cut on her finger. People who commit stabbings and different things like that, and have they'll get like cuts on their hands, right? So when you commit a stabbing, especially a violent one, the likelihood that you're going to cut your hands is very high. And with those cuts to your hands, you're going to leave behind blood, which is why they can usually identify some blood evidence that won't belong to their victim. And so they would have like cuts along here or along here where they're holding the knife. And if it slips either way, you'll cut yourself. And this happens a lot. Okay, this happens a lot. And if murder weapons can be identified, they also usually find the DNA, not just from skin cells, but blood on it as well, because violent stabbings they're hard to do without leaving anything behind. And even if you wore gloves, even if you didn't leave skin cells behind, the knife would go right through it, right through the glove, and you would leave behind evidence, because it is a very violent way to kill someone. And it's why so many people prefer guns over that. Just saying. You were in a mental hospital with somebody who faked Tourette's and would trigger another girl with Tourette's? Good Lord. What is wrong with people? Like, it's all for attention. It's all for attention. That's all that this is. Or worse, it's just so she has to take no accountability for anything that she's done or will do. This person wants other people to be at fault for their behavior. And even if it's not these two people here, it's the people living in her head, quote unquote. Which is such bullshit. That's such a lazy fucking thing to do. I've talked
without asking me if it's okay. Is it okay if she comes over? It's like, she's coming over. They start talking about phones and Marvel and stuff that I don't really understand as much. I started feeling frustrated because she wasn't listening to me at all.
So she stayed in the garage.
Yeah.
And you slept in the garage, and so did Isaac.
While she and Isaac were sleeping, I was just staring at the ceiling and trying to find a comfortable spot where I could actually fall asleep.
Yeah.
I woke up and sat up around 9 or 10. Woke Isaac up. Next thing I remember is going to go take a shower.
You remember
there's
anything
a
else?
chunk missing. I don't understand. I'm confused.
So you have a whole chunk of memory missing?
Yeah.
But you remember the whole night clearly?
I don't remember most of it. It's like a little foggy because I'm like obviously exhausted.
I'm going to say this right now. I have seen interrogations where the person who committed the crime was actually severely mentally ill. And the one thing that you always notice with a person who is severely mentally ill or disturbed is that they have no sense of self-preservation. So they'll probably, they will confess to you as blunt as possible. They're just going to give you the information. They have no sense of trying to protect themselves, basically. That is something that would make a person very unfit for trial, right? So this whole story is bullshit. It's all bullshit. People who are severely disturbed or lacking of comprehension, they do not have the capacity to protect themselves from prosecution. If you ask them a question, they're just going to tell you what they are thinking, what they did, what they saw, what they all of it. They're going to tell you all of it. They're going to give it to you bluntly. Okay? This is the key difference. She is lying to protect herself. That sense of self-preservation in and of itself makes her fit for trial because she would know how to protect herself, right? The same thing has happened in so many cases. And you can look it up. What does it look like when a person does not have the mental capacity to protect themselves in an interrogation and they're just giving that information to the police? This person is not doing that. She's just making up bullshit. Terribly, might I add. Yeah, she's killing me. Ugh. If this is what the ick is, I have it.
Kiara's conveniently timed memory lapse during the hours of Grace's murder strongly suggests she's the one responsible. It almost feels deliberate, as if she's subtly acknowledging her guilt while using the moment to reinforce the idea of her mental instability.
Yup. And you hear that a lot. It's like, I don't know, I was in such a rage. I just kills her. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. You remember. You're just wanting plausible deniability, you lazy fucking loser.
She won't come right out and confess, but she'll make it obvious it was her, as long as her supposed illness is in the same sentence. Detective Vigil knows this is nonsense, but instead of challenging her, he leans into it, encouraging her to elaborate and reveal even more inconsistencies. Unaware of this strategy, Kiara walks right into his trap.
Tell me about these other personalities. What's Abby like?
She's very protective. She takes control when I'm in a very dangerous situation and just says, okay, I'm here now.
Like right now? Like right now?
I am going to face this for you. Jinx is a troublemaker. Doesn't like people.
So how does it work?
So imagine you're in a house and there's this big TV with the PS4 or Xbox or whatever. So whoever's playing the game is in charge. Sometimes you can peek over and kind of see what's going on. Sometimes this personality decides, oh, I'm gonna go to this room that can't see the TV. Sometimes it feels like it's getting shut.
While dissociative episodes are sometimes described using imagery of rooms or houses, her explanation sounds more like something taken from a movie than the words of someone truly experiencing psychological distress. Detective Vigil recognizes this, but sticks to his plan, keeping...
Yeah, sometimes you'll hear a person with DID describe, like, going into different rooms, and it's kind of like they're all in the hallway and they're waiting to go into a room, and so they kind of switch out of the room. This is one that I've heard in a different it wasn't an interrogation, it was just like an interview with a person who had DID. And so this reminds me a lot of that. Mostly because this is bullshit and that person actually had DID.
her talking, gradually letting Kiara back herself into a corner.
So who was playing the game last night?
I felt like I was in control for a little while, and then it just kept getting really foggy, like I was being thrown in a wall. Damn words.
You in control, meaning Froggy, right? That's what we're talking to now, yes. Froggy. Okay. But before that, you remember everything?
More or less. I'm just like, I felt a lot of anger. More so than Jinx has ever had, or Abby's ever had. And I don't remember Jess being like that. But she was also the one who was out more when she was with Grace.
Kiara says her personality, Jess, had been out while with Grace. However, just minutes ago, she stated she hadn't seen Jess come out in years.
Then there's one personality that I haven't seen in a long time. Her name was Jess.
Unfortunately for Kiara, in the interrogation room, you can only lie for so long before things start to crumble.
You said something interesting earlier. You said, you asked about Grace. You asked if she was okay, and you said that part of you would be okay if she was dead, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about hurting her or killing her?
I've had a couple dreams like that.
You had a couple dreams like that?
Yeah.
How'd those dreams go?
They were mostly right after we broke up. And sometimes I would kill her, sometimes I would kill her, sometimes it was just me screaming at her.
And how would you kill her?
Depending on the dream.
So there's several dreams?
Yes.
How many?
I've had like a bunch of murder dreams, if you could call that. So there's an organization that Isaac is in charge of. I probably shouldn't be saying this to a cat. Well, it's called Ghost. They're like an underground version of cops in a way, but a little more intense and deadly.
Kiara's explanation of her disturbing dreams shine light on a core variable in her and Isaac's crimes, their idolization of violence. We've had to cut the next small portion of the interrogation out because Kiara discusses detailed dreams so grim they unfortunately wouldn't be allowed on YouTube. This chilling theme can be seen across Kiara's various social media profiles, all of which are still public to this day. Her constant posts showcase a fascination for horror. Even just a day before Grace's murder, Kiara would post several demonic videos to her TikTok. These dark fascinations are things most teenagers outgrow, but for Kiara, they became reality. She speaks of an underground group called Ghost, offering few details beyond its obsession with deadly violence.
What's even weirder is I've literally just watched a guy talking about secret organizations that do shit like this. He did a 5-hour podcast, and I cannot wait to watch it because it apparently gets very disturbing. So it's gonna be interesting. But yeah, this okay, what she's describing, there are groups like this, but usually the reason that these groups exist is to share videos of their depraved acts with each other. I don't know why she would mention cops. That's weird. I don't know. It's interesting. It's definitely an angle.
Whether she mentions it to support her insanity claim or to impress the detective is unclear, but the information is useful to the police. Detective Vigil presses further, hoping to draw out anything she's willing to give.
I get rid of people who are words in charge of trafficking, in charge of anything that has to deal with hurting kids. He kept trying to tell me, just do it, and you're gonna just kill her. Then you'll get ranked up.
Yeah.
Because he had me join. And I'm like, I don't know what the fuck's going on, and I kept hesitating. It's like,
what's that thing there?
It's honestly, I'm very confused because he hasn't told me jack shit. He just gave this to me. It's like, you're a part of it. Like, okay.
Sounds like an initiation tattoo kind of.
Yeah.
Some ghosts, an underground society of people that are kind of their own version of cops and justice. They kind of kill bad people. And this is kind of me trying to piece together, kind of like what you're saying, like the messages I saw too. Was Isaac trying to push you to kill Grace?
Yeah.
There we go. There it is. There it is. Okay. So he made her join a secret underground group and was like, you have to kill her. I literally just watched a video of a guy who was showing another man a video, right? That he found in one of these groups where a man attacks an elderly woman and takes her life. And it's grim and it's gruesome. And he does it as part of his initiation ritual into this group. That is what she's describing. But if that is what is happening here, then this act would have been filmed to send to the group as proof of their crime. They would also probably require you or your like whole face or anything to be out so they could prove it was you, and they know. Not only is this an initiation material, it's also blackmail material in case you try to turn on them later. It is proof that you did what they asked you to do, and they could use it to hang you later. So you're not going to turn on them. So it is safety for the group, and it is also an initiation for you.
I had my dagger in my hand, and I kept going, and then just stopped. Like, I felt a little kid's hand hold me back. Like it was Kiara telling me, don't,
now there's ghosts.
Don't.
Great.
The moment Detective Vigil gives Kiara the opportunity to blame Isaac for the murder, she takes it, bringing up details about Isaac's underground organization as well as his repeated pressure for her to kill Grace. And while Kiara has been caught in a web of lies up until this point, her remarks about Isaac would turn out to be nearly completely honest. Detective Vigil has achieved everything he could have wanted from this interrogation, so he decides to end things, leaving Kiara to spend the night in jail. His focus now is
they're killing bad people. What did Grace do to be part of the bad people is what I want to know. Was she fucking killing and eating people's domestic pets or something? Or was she just a girl who pissed both of you off?
On Isaac and trying to hone in on how implicated he actually was in this murder. So before returning from his break, Vigil and his partner would devise a plan. Police confiscated his phone while being detained earlier that day. Traditionally, to gain access to the phone involves a multi-month process involving warrants and various subpoenas. However, if they can get Isaac to sign a consent form, they can gain access to his phone immediately and observe his reaction in real time as they read his messages. With this plan in mind, Detective Vigil, along with his partner, would return back to Isaac's interrogation room.
Hey Isaac, so I have your cell phone. I know our cell phones are very important to us because we have pretty much all our personal information on them and everything. Given that there were kind of messages and stuff, and this is still an active investigation, there is reason to believe that there is potentially evidence on your phone. So one way or another, we are going to have to look at the data on the phone. And it's just a fancy form and a fancy way of saying that you're giving us permission to extract the data from your phone and only look at things pertaining to this case.
Now, I will say that he said that it can take months to get the phones. Now they have, most police stations have this blank box that you plug the phone into, and it will literally take all data off of it, including like deleted stuff, anything like that, anything that you've done over the life of the phone, and any SD cards, things like that. I've seen them use it in other interrogations. I can't remember the name of it. I'm not sure if it's like Stingray or something like that. But basically, it just copies all the data on the phone so that they don't have to actively have the phone anymore to be able to access anything that you did on it or with it. Any videos, photos, text messages, Facebook messages, anything like that, they can get all of that. So they just take a copy of your phone and then give it back to you. And it's very difficult to hide things like that from them. So just putting that out there.
Yeah, sign right there, please. And the phone password?
There's no password.
No password.
It's just a quick swipe up and that's it.
Okay.
The plan works surprisingly well. Isaac seems to be completely oblivious of what he just signed. Ironically, this very signature will most likely seal his fate in court, exposing countless deeply disturbing messages with Kiara.
Okay, messages. Did you have any messages between you and Grace?
Spoke on Instagram.
Instagram, okay. Okay, so this is kind of when everything started. Hey, I got kicked out, and she's telling everyone to leave her house. I'm going to head to my fam's place. First of all, who? Second, my mom can only come get me at 3:30. Why is she kicking you out, and does she know I'm here? Wait a minute. I thought you guys all hung out the night before.
We did.
Grace actually thought she was being snuck into the home without Kiara knowing. Clearly, the two were planning something that Grace was unaware of. Isaac.
Okay, so Kiara wasn't in the room while he was hanging out with Grace and they were talking, or was she hiding in the room?
Completely freezes as his lies finally begin to catch up to him. You'll notice Isaac go into this panic state often in the next 25 minutes because this is the first of many more blatant lies detectives would find.
So how come she doesn't know she's there?
I was very confused and I told her.
She's kicking me out because you're here and she knows it. Did she not know she was there? Because that's what it looks like.
She knew she was there.
Then why is it looking like in these messages?
She knew she was there.
It seems like Grace didn't know that she knew she was there. That's what it seems like.
And acting like she didn't know where she was. And that was the part that threw me off. It was like, she's kicking us out. Why is she kicking you out? And how does she know I'm here? I'm like, we discussed it.
Okay. Where are your messages with Kiara?
They're going to be in Messenger.
Oh, okay. She says she is leaving at 3:30. What would you like me to do? Stab her? I don't know. I don't have the energy to do shit. I am fake getting thrown out. You're getting fake thrown out.
Yes, that's usually how it happens. I get told to leave,
and
5 days later, she asks me to come back.
unless I ask your mom to give me a ride to Target and you do what is needed. What do you mean you do what is needed?
I have no clue from this on. From beyond here, I don't know what's going on.
You don't know what's going on? But these are messages from you?
I do have another cell phone. Didn't tell you guys about, but it's still over there at the house.
So you didn't send these messages? Or you did?
On this, from down on, no.
Everything Isaac is saying is a terribly orchestrated act. Moments of clear incrimination like this are often considered the critical moments of an interrogation. It's the point in which every decision the detective makes can be the difference between a complete confession or a failed session with the...
Yeah, I fucking knew it. They planned it. I knew it from the beginning. They planned it. And here she is in text messages trying to back out. And he's like, no, you need to do it. You need to do it. They fucking planned it. Fucking loser ass bitches. I knew I was right. I knew it.
Suspect. Isaac's nervous behavior indicates he knows things are slipping out of control. So Detective Vigil makes the smart decision to give up the nice cop act and start pressing for answers.
Isaac, this is getting really weird, man.
I have a second phone.
You have a second phone?
Yes.
Where is that phone?
That's at the house.
Okay.
It is logged into the same Facebook account.
I don't know, man. These messages look a lot like there's some conspiring going on, some planning going on.
From that point where I was telling you from...
Even before then, it sounds like you guys are planning something. You're fake getting thrown out and what?
I say fake getting thrown out, like I said, was...
Do you want to start over? Because I'm really confused with everything that's going on. Like, you're telling me you have two phones now and those other messages aren't you, and it's what you're telling me, your statement isn't lining up with these messages.
Isaac's demeanor has shifted drastically from just minutes prior. He knows how poorly things have just gotten for him.
Now, I told you at the beginning of this talk that we need to be truthful with this, right?
I am being truthful. I do have a secondary phone.
You're a liar. You are a lying ass piece of shit, man. Liar. And I knew he would be. I knew he fucking would be. Look at him. And just look at him. This motherfucker's lying. Also, this is a terrible haircut. He looks awful.
And I'm telling you, the messages are not me. They're from Kiara to using my Facebook from me to Kiara, but I can't quite explain how it looks.
Kiara to Kiara?
So she sent the messages to herself to make it look like you did it? Okay. I believe that for sure. I believe that as far as I can fucking throw you, bud.
Yes.
Why would she do that?
She's told me that she's wanting to ruin my life.
Dagger because it's blunt? What does that mean?
She asked me a question in the room, like, what is the difference between the dagger and the sword?
Okay.
And I messaged dagger because it's...
Why is blunt better? She says, you say it cuts like butter. She says, just gonna stab the throat? Is that what she's trying to say?
The thought.
Just gonna stab the thought, yes. Instant, or will it take long? What does she mean? Instant. What do we do about the mess? We burn it and I'll buy new blankets in bed? What's going on here, Isaac?
She said was gonna stab the thought. And I thought like, oh, like she was poking the thought that was in her head about her dagger.
Okay, what about the mess? What mess?
The thought as in Grace. Grace is the thought. T-H-O-T, thought. Isn't that an old slang term now? Don't they just call them bops or something now? I don't know. I don't understand the slang of the children. I'm 30, okay?
A poop kind of mess? A poop kind of mess? Can you help this time? Yes. I am just waiting for you to make the first move. What does she mean I'm waiting for you to make the first move? She will wait till sleep. Shall we wait till sleep? So you guys slept in a bed full of poop?
Yes.
Remember when you told me don't be a pussy when I kissed you? Yeah, brat. We will have to take care of the mess. I thought she already pooped herself. What mess are you guys taking care of?
I don't know.
I can't tell if she's falling asleep. It feels like it. Her feet are on my side. I wish you'd make the first move for once. Remember, you'll move up the ranks, plus you get perks in the black market since this is your first.
Yep, there he goes.
Your first what?
She...
Isaac, what the hell happened? I can see the messages. I'm not dumb. This isn't the first time I've done this. What is happening?
She was planning on killing Grace. I just didn't want a part of it.
It doesn't seem like you're trying to talk her out of it.
I was only sending a message back in agreement as I turned my back towards.
This isn't agreement. Remember, you'll move up in ranks, plus you get perks in the black market since this is your first. This sounds like you're encouraging her.
Right.
The messages are here, dude.
I know. I know.
Did you help Kiara do this?
No.
No. But you knew it was going to happen.
I knew it was going to happen.
You knew it was going to happen.
Kiara planned it out.
Kiara planned it out. When? How long had this been a plan for?
She had planned it out since 2020.
Kiara planned to kill Grace since 2020. And then last night, Grace messages you looking for a place to stay. And that's the opportunity for this?
I didn't see it as an opportunity. I saw it as an opportunity more like, let's squash everything.
Then why are you saying you'll make it up the ranks plus your perks in the black market since this is your first? Because you're talking about killing her here, right? What else could this mean?
I was trying to talk about something else because I'm trying to get my mind off.
Isaac, really? You're trying to talk about something else there?
Yes. And I'm not...
How do I aim? How do I aim right? Just aim. Well, tell me what you're talking about there.
That's Call of Duty.
That's Call of Duty. Tell me when. Okay, I'll give a count. 6, 5, I can't yet, dude. 4, I'm shaking, dude. I know, I lose the nervous. Help me drive it through. Help me drive it through.
She was asking me to do...
To stab her.
Yes.
Help me drive the dagger through. Grace. Anger me. I'm going to pretend to sleep so it looks non-conspicuous. Tell me about all that.
Those are not my messages, because...
Help me, just do it. Be ready to grab her or a trash bag. She is your list. Don't tell me this isn't you messaging. I know this is you messaging. Be transparent and tell me what's going on here.
She had talked to me and said, so what now? And I was like, this is going to be your first way out if you just leave this alone.
You're edging her to do this. Come on, Isaac. Isaac. Look at all these messages, man.
He's so full of shit. He can't even lie well. That's another thing about people who fake their participation in things and crimes is they're always really fucking terrible at lying, right? Like they have no concept of how a crime would be committed, so they don't know how to they don't know how to lie. Like they make up like injuries to themselves and things like that. It's like if you want to commit a realistic crime, you're gonna have to think about all of this. But no, people never do. They just assume that people will believe them. Like telling somebody, like I saw a woman in a different interrogation who was like, he punched me in my head. There was no sign. There was no bruise. There was no knot. There was no nothing because he didn't hit her. She hit him. Okay? It was all made up. And people are just not good at lying. Like, if you're going to lie about something like this, you better make it believable in one way or another. People are really bad at lying, and it's made clear to me every day. I was better at lying when I was like 5 or 6 years old than these people are as grown adults.
You're going to sit here and tell me, you're going to look me in the eye and you're going to tell me that you were trying to talk her out of this? I can see right here you're telling her to do it. I wish you would just stop with all the, what I feel like is you trying to figure out lies every message we go through. And things will be a lot better for you moving on if you just come out and you cooperate and you tell us everything that happened. Tell us the truth. Tell us everything. It'll be better for you.
Would I be able to talk to you privately?
Yes. You want her to leave?
Yes.
All right, take it.
Isaac would request to have a private conversation with Detective Vigil, which he would oblige to. Based on police reports, Isaac would go on to admit to sending all the text messages and confess he wanted Grace dead all along, although remaining stern that he was not directly involved in the actual killing. Later that week, detectives would go on to interview both Kiara's mother as well as Isaac's. This killing came as a complete shock to everyone, who were completely unaware of the dark path their children had been going down. It sheds light on the importance of closely monitoring your children, as you never know what's going on in their lives, at least not fully.
How do you not know what is happening with a child living in your home and their partner who also lives in your home? What kind, like, I know your house was full of shit. I know that your house was full of garbage, but how do you not know what is going on with the people living in your home? Do you just not fucking talk to them? Do you not have any actual conversations with them? Because I couldn't imagine living in my home and sharing my home with my child and their partner and not knowing jack fucking shit that is happening with them. That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. What kind of lazy parenting bullshit is that? It's a little understandable for Isaac's mom to not know what was going on because he doesn't actively live with her. But that is her kid that lives in her house. Do you just not talk to her ever? She used to come into your house to use the bathroom. You didn't have a conversation even casually about what's going on with her. You don't have any, like, what kind of relationships do you have with your kids where they don't share things with you, where they live in your house and you don't talk to them? I could not imagine being that kind of parent. I just couldn't.
Kiara and Isaac were charged with first-degree murder. At first, it seemed as though Kiara's plan had worked, as a judge found her incompetent to stand trial and sent her to the New Mexico Behavioral Health Institute. However, a month later, she was deemed competent by professionals and returned back to the Santa Fe County Jail. In February 2025, Kiara pleaded guilty to second-degree murder and agreed to testify against Isaac. Prosecutors say the crime's brutality could still bring up to 30 years. Isaac initially took a plea, then in November 2024 fired his lawyers, voided the deal, and pled not guilty. Now, with a new legal team that needs to get up to speed, the start date for Isaac's trial has been pushed back once more. If found guilty, he'll likely be facing similar penalties as Kiara. They'll likely be behind bars until 2055.
Jesus, that doesn't seem like long enough. I'm going to be honest with you. Absent parent, yeah, exactly. Absent parenting, that's what that is. Because you see your kid every day. You see this person that they're with every day. You call yourself mother-in-law to them, and yet you don't know what's happening with them, and they live under your roof. I just, the level of laziness that takes, and just inconsequential bullshit. Like, what is wrong with you? It is such a terrible parenting take. Just to live in the home and not know how bad it had gotten, to the point that your kid and their partner take somebody's life. If I were you, I would question how you got so lazy every day for the rest of my life. What a fucking joke.